Best in both worlds. Chill it out, take it slow. Then you rock out the show. You get the best of both worlds. Mix it all together. Hey everyone, how's it going? It is I, the real Randy Chavez. I'm coming at you today with the VeVe. Actually, this is OMI Homie number 83. That's what we're doing today. Are we in another bear market? Will there be a Santa rally? What's going on? My co-host, Crypto Rain, unfortunately will not be here tonight, but you have Dr. Stuff that'll be with us any minute. There's a ton of stuff to go over. So before we do, let's go get to some of the comments here. Boo saying, Crypto Rain, they're about buying Axie Infinity Land and want to know your opinion on their land NFTs. That's not something I've ever gotten into, was Axie Infinity. Wraithax, who's the man, he's got a little bit of a what do you call it? He's made quite a lot of money on that. Obviously, so did Crypto Rain. I think metaverses will do pretty well. I don't know how many of them that were big last cycle are going to be disrupted this cycle. Do they go back to their all-time highs? Do they surpass that? There should be a lot more money into the crypto markets when it does happen. I don't expect that to happen for several months, but we'll see. Crowner saying, let's go, guys. Let's get this bread. I love this game. Bill Gardner says, oh, no, the sky is falling. Bill Gardner. My man. Maybe Bill Gardner can come on soon. Maybe Bill Gardner can come on in the next couple weeks and go over he was sick over in Vegas, so he wasn't able to go in and be with us in the Las Vegas decon. But I believe that Bill Gardner might have a little bit of insight. He might have a little bit of things like that, again, on his own show, on other investments that he's doing. Conspiracy talk. Tammy Hanna was with VeVe Magic a few days ago. Yesterday, on my birthday, and they'd given me a call, and I guess VeVe Magic had her friend Tina there, and I guess she liked conspiracies, and then Tammy's like, oh, him and Bill Gardner talk about conspiracies all the time, so you got brought up in conversation in a hot tub full of ladies, and all good things, all positive. So anyway, people remember our conversations. They love us. So we should have you on again to talk about conspiracies and other things. Bozepetti saying, hello, legends. Oh, well, hello, Mr. Is that Akuma? Like a Super Saiyan Goku Akuma? Let me know what that is. Ben in Korea, thank you so much for being a member, saying, morning all. What VeVe collectible would you ask Santa for this Christmas? Quandary. I'd love for him to get me a logo, a Miles Secret Rare, something that I could sell for massive amounts of money. You know, a one of one. Or what thing out there that is not yet a VeVe collectible would I want him to make a VeVe collectible? If you go with the lore that I cannot add Dr. Stuff to the stage. No, wait. Yes, I can. The computer lied to me. Dr. Stuff, how you doing?
Oh, good. Just wondering how I'm doing well. I'm wondering how my internet's doing.
Okay, cool. Dr. Stuff, you ever watch Fairly Odd Parents?
No, I've never heard of that.
Oh, it's such a good show. Tara Strong as Timmy Turner. He's an average kid that nobody understands. His mom and dad and Vicky and his babysitter are always giving him commands. So he gets these little goldfish that happen to be Fairly Odd Parents, and or Fairly Godparents, but they grant him any wish he desires. They have to follow a rule book. Anyway, long story short, they had a Christmas episode, and the way that the lore that is upon Santa in the Fairly Odd Parents universe is that all of the fairies they give their magic to Santa Claus around like the week of Christmas or Christmas Eve, and then he goes along, he uses that magic. That's how he gets to like all the houses in a single night. That's how he's able to go and do that. So if I were to ask Santa for anything, and that Santa Claus is very, very powerful, I would have him say, like, you know, bring Pokemon, somehow use his magic to make Pokemon on VeVe. What about you? If you had to ask Santa for what would you ask him to bring to VeVe?
to bring DEVVE, and you say Pokemon.
Yeah.
Thundercats. I
We
mean,
have the
like,
Thundercats comics.
yeah, we got comics with Thundercats, but not Lino and Chitara and
Yeah.
you know, like Panthro and Tigra. Like, I mean, like Mumra. I mean, I don't know, man. I love those characters, but that's all nostalgia for me.
Yeah.
And they already got Wolverine, which was like the big one for me, and they did multiple different versions of Wolverine. I mean, I'm happy. Like, I'm happy with that.
Nice.
But I mean, Pokemon would be amazing. I never really got into Pokemon. Like, that was a little after like my
Yeah.
time, I think. And so, but would I love Pokemon for the fan? 100%, 100%. That would be epic. That would be epic. Yeah.
Supposedly, I think it was on Bill Gardner's channel. David was on a few weeks ago, and he's got some announcement to say before the end of the year. I don't know if it's the big announcement that he was talking about in like April, May, but there is a announcement, and we a couple weeks away, so can't wait to see what it is. Obviously, if I were a betting man, which I clearly am, I would not bet on Pokemon, at least not at this time. But that doesn't mean
wait. Sorry, I've missed this. I have, man, like this. I have not. Catch me up. What happened?
So David was on Bill Gardner's channel. He's got a metaverse channel. It's called Zombie Bill and Zombies.
Yeah.
So he was on there, and he had mentioned that there's going to be some type of announcement that VeVe's posting out before the end of the year. He didn't say. I don't think he clarified if it was the big announcement back from April and May that he mentioned in Portugal, or it's just going to be another announcement that is significant. Maybe Bill can go on and clarify which one, if there was a kind of leaning one way or the other on which announcement it was.
Yeah.
So I'd be pretty curious to go in and say it. Anyway, again, I don't think it would be Pokemon at this stage. I kind of in like this, I don't know if I want to say bear market, but me and Rain had Manu on the other day, Manu Chattery from Definity Markets, DMA Bloomsbury Money, and their companies are crushing it like a lot. But he had mentioned that he got a call on October, I don't know, like 8th or 15th or whatever, like the day before just the bloody Friday that everyone lost like billions of dollars. Yeah, he got a call, and he didn't mention who it was. Or said somebody in the industry had mentioned, "Hey, don't or close out your longs." So he did, and I don't even know if he had any longs. But then obviously, that stuff happened, and then he had mentioned on stream that there's some talk about something similar happening, like in February or March of like next year. And it does go along with certain, like if you talk to people that do TA and they read charts, it does kind of go along with their thoughts of what Bitcoin could do in a negative aspect along those lines. Did we skip this bull market? Do we skip this alt season, and do we go right to bear? Now, obviously, the sentiment, I think the greed and fear index here is like at 11. And it seems that the Clarity Act is going to be passed in January. They'll have 2026 budgets. Michael Saylor just bought like $2 billion worth of Bitcoin in the last few weeks. But I don't know. I feel like I'm getting two very significant sets of very polar opposite data, and I don't know how to interpret it. Just wondering your thoughts on that.
Yeah, I mean, listen, your guess is as good as mine, but for me, I still think that we haven't hit a bull run. I do hear this talk about like, oh, it's a muted run, or it's like it's kind of like a super cycle in that like the highs are not going to be as high, and then the lows aren't going to be as low going forward. So yes, we're in a bear market, but it's not going to go as low as it used to. And like, really, I still think it's all tied to global money supply, man. And so like, if the money printer turns on, and I think it will next year, we still have massive cracks in our economy. Like, I mean, things are bubbling underneath the surface. You got massive amounts of layoffs. You got commercial real estate with all of this refinancing that's really troublesome because, I mean, although interest rates have dropped like a little bit, I mean, these things, the last time they refinanced was like 5 years ago when interest rates were super low, and now they've jumped significantly. And so you have some foreclosures happening, and you know, and then you see like with AI kind of taking over a lot of kind of newer or like entry market or entry, what am I trying to say? Entry level jobs from people right out of college. Like it's so much harder now. The unemployment rate for recent grads is climbing, and so something's got to give there, right? Like, and consumer debt is at an all time high. Like, there's a lot stacking up, right? And I don't know what it's gonna like, what's gonna cause the dam to break, but like something is. And then once that happens, it's like all bets are off. They've got to turn on the money printer. And with that, I mean, we're starting to see the Fed do some quantitative, they don't want to call it quantitative easing. I can't remember what they're calling it now, but they're definitely not doing quantitative tightening, right? And so we're starting to see some money in there. And so all of that combined, like, I mean, we just need to see it. We need to see the global liquidity climb. And if you do, then the prices are going to go get a freaking skyrocket. I mean, you look back and you listen to Raul Paul. He says it way better than I can. But like he points to all of these charts that show that, like how highly correlated the price of Bitcoin is to global money supply, M2 money supply, right? So anyways, those are my thoughts. I think it's still happening, but I think it's prolonged, meaning that like that 4-year cycle, I think that is broken. But I still think that we're going to get a lot bigger run up. I think we'll surpass 130,000 Bitcoin. Yeah.
I think we get that too. Professor Cass, when will NFTs and crypto actually be relevant again? Other than huh?
Having issues.
Oh yeah, you're a little frozen. You seem to be better now. You are no longer frozen. Obviously, Professor Cass, I think this is anyone's. Oh yeah, you coming in all types of broken up.
Is it my internet or your internet?
I don't know. I mean, I feel like my side looks clear and yours looks grainy. It might be my connection though.
Your internet?
I've no idea. I mean, it's not good weather out here right now, but it's. I mean, I was on before. I don't think there was many issues, but you look better now. So whatever you did. Oh no, now you look like you're mid sneeze, and okay, there we go. Okay.
Oh no!
I feel like I'm talking and then I'm.
Let me do this. Let me reset.
Copy. I'll let Dr. Stuff go restart himself, turning it off and on again. And oh god. Yeah, he's gonna go reset his router and then we'll be Gucci. Anyway, where are we at? Oh yeah. Will NFTs could actually be relevant again, other than Bitcoin? Again, what Dr. Stuff just said, just have to wait until the money printers turn on. Wait till the printers go burr, and then once they go burr, you'll probably see something. That again, in Star Wars Episode 1, Obi-Wan's talking to Qui-Gon Jinn, and he's just like, "Hey, we need to get this ship fixed, but Republic credits are no good out here. They need something for more real." And Obi-Wan says, like, what do we have of value that's on the ship? It's like the Queen's wardrobe, maybe, but not anything of significant value, not on the amounts that you're talking about. And they're like, hey, we need to do something, or like, we could be stuck here a very long time. And I feel like, based on everything that I'm hearing, we could be down here a very long time. And I don't just mean like with one specific, I mean like a lot of crypto. Again, based on what Manu's been saying about February, March, a buddy of mine had mentioned, like, hey, I saw your interview. This is exactly what I've been seeing on the charts. This is what they say. And again, despite the really bullish news that is going on with crypto, you get so many people. Again, Michael said about $2 billion worth of Bitcoin these last 2 weeks, and the price goes down. And Tom Lee's just buying a bunch of Ethereum all the time. Price goes down. The Clarity Act looks like it's going to be passed in January. price goes down. So, yeah, I just, there seems to be a major disconnect by what everyone's doing, the bullishness out there from crypto at an institutional standpoint versus what's actually going on, and the reality of whether it's the manipulation out there, the prices, and it might just be like Doc said, just liquidity, and unless the money printers go burr, you might not see it again. And again, it could take a very long time. It could take several months. So could take another year. We'll see. So outside of right now, I'll be live tomorrow, 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And then on Thursday, I have a podcast at 8 p.m. There's so much. So tomorrow, I might go live earlier because there's a DEVVE. There's a DEVVE, not announcement. There's a DEVVE roundup update. It's a video they recorded on Monday. They're releasing it tomorrow at 12 o'clock p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And one of the timestamps on there is announcement updates, like the announcement from their stock exchange partner, whoever it is. If you go to the Telegram, many people are saying like it confirms like a delay in an announcement, which they have scheduled for Q4. So that's why you had the, it's down like 11% on the day, because a lot of people were just like, yeah, now. And now, granted, is that priced in? Maybe. And there's not a lot of people that hold this. I was able to get a little more DEVVE today, but if what is going on in the DEVVE digital roundup is significant tomorrow, which I'm sure it will be, but if it's very significant, people want me to go live, I might go live early. I might save it for 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. I'm not sure yet. But I'll let you guys know, because again, depending on what's in the video, again, we have no idea yet. I might go live early, but it'll probably just be 8 p.m. Wes, kicking rain while he's not here. Chuck and Hank says, "Hey, what's going on?" Chuck and Hank, meow meow. Bill Gar says, "A big day today." I wonder why it's a big day today. We'll see. Maybe you'll tell me about it when we're on live. VeVe Vet says, "What's going on? How you doing, brother?" What's going on? Yeah, meow meow. Penguin says, "Good to see some massive green candles for OMI and DEVVE in the coming weeks." I was talking to a friend of mine about that before. Like, hey, this VeVe announcement, what do you think it's going to do for the price? We've had, it's like, Thor Ragnarok, and Loki tells Thor, like, why don't you just hit it with a lightning bolt? He's like, I just hit it with the biggest lightning bolt in the history of lightning bolts. Did nothing. VeVe's had such incredible announcements recently, and the price it's only gone down. So I think anything in crypto is probably not going to have any crazy things that happen. Now, obviously, I think one of the things that could change it is if you just have massive marketing and shining a light on a certain crypto project, which I think DEVVE can do. But based on the most recent video with the timestamp, it doesn't look like that's going to happen. But we'll see. Doc, how's your internet?
Hopefully better. I mean,
Yes.
I reset it, and freaking paid for Google Fiber. Like, it's a joke that, like, I should get and I think I paid for like the 8 gigs or 7 gigs or something like that. So like any lagging is insane. It's insane.
Yeah. So I in one DC comic, I forget which one it was or what it's called. You have Darkseid in like his fortress, and there's alarms going off everywhere, and there's bells, there's whistles, there's explosions, and he's like, and Darkseid is super pissed off. He's like, no, not again, don't let him through. And they're like, who's attacking Darkseid? Like, what's going on? Is it Superman? Is that like Rogue Superman from like another universe? And then like you'd see all these explosions coming in, and there's fog and there's dust, and Darkseid's like, no. And then out from the smoke steps Santa Claus, giving him his lump of coal because he was a bad boy this year.
That's funny, bro. I did not see that guy.
Yeah. and Darkseid's like, every goddamn year. He's so salty.
That is amazing. That's so funny.
Bill Garner always in a hot tub full of ladies. We love Bill Garner. Anyway,
We do love
one
Bill
of the
Garner.
pieces of news that we got from over this week is that SpaceX plans to IPO at a $1.5 trillion valuation. What they can do with those funds is unlimited. Some people I'd say we've always wanted, I've had a video on like why I think SpaceX could be a partner. Obviously that was like 3 years ago, hasn't happened yet. Part of that, maybe again, buying a piece of the company, like maybe having VeVe raise some money, like, or on the opposite end, could VeVe choose to IPO at some point? Could they go in and what could they use that money? What would you rather see? Would you rather see somebody else buy part of VeVe, or would you rather see VeVe IPO and then use those funds to buy another company?
I mean, I wouldn't mind Disney buying into VeVe. Yeah, putting in a big stake. I think that they would put more resources in if they did that. So, yeah. What's up, Iron Man? Iron Man's the man, dude. I love Iron Man. You're the man. Yeah. So, I mean, I wouldn't mind that. I wouldn't mind that. I mean, the IPO. What happens with an IPO, man? Like you get these shareholders, and then things turn super corporate super quick. I mean, and they might with Disney as well, but I mean, Disney also just has such far reach. Yeah. What about you?
I would rather see the latter because, Disney just put $1 billion into OpenAI so that they gave Sora exclusive rights to make AI content about, their IP, their characters. And just goes to show like IP is king, and VeVe's got the best partnerships out there, and it's great, but they don't have any of their own real like IP. Like they have David and Dan action figures, which are great, but they don't have like a machine that is constantly churning out episodes of stuff like Gary Vaynerchuk with his V friends. He's got a whole show on it. Kids watch it. And he has a deal with Disney that the buses that take them from the hotels to the parks play his stuff. I don't know how he got that, but they do. And I think that it would behoove VeVe to, if they're not going to make their own original IP, to buy a piece of another, or buy another company that does, so that this way they don't have to do it themselves. Somebody else is doing that for them. So I would like to see that. That's my
okay.
Yeah. Anyway, that was my thing. We have in this, I was going to say hello legends. What's up, Connor? Zombie saying hello. Do you think institutions pump the market this time? I have no idea. That's not my forte. I don't know about you. If you hear anything through grapevines of anything. VeVe has.
I mean,
sorry,
yeah, I have no idea. I know that there's a lot of. No, there's a lot of institutions that are just now starting or plan to start like recommend Bitcoin as a percentage of their portfolio. Of their private or their wealth advisory companies, and basically saying, hey, you should stock up of anywhere from like 3 to 5% of your portfolio should be in Bitcoin. If you get enough of those larger institutions that are starting to do that, I mean that will definitely that would do big numbers for at least Bitcoin, But again, I think it's like global liquidity or global money supply. Like I think that's such a big thing. So we'll see kind of by Q2. If it hasn't been happened by Q2, then it's done. Honestly, that's my thought process.
We shall see. Emails will come on this week about the coins. I don't know what he's talking about. Me neither. Buzz the Petty, if you can elaborate, that would be great, and we will totally go over that. So Japan might have these rate hikes tomorrow. either tomorrow or I think the 19th.
Rate hikes. Rate hikes.
Yeah. They're going to they're going to come to a decision on, I think, the 19th. I do not believe it's tomorrow. I think they have till the end of the week to make that decision. I don't know what it is on Polymarket. That's usually,
why are they hiking rates. What?
I have no idea. But let me see what the. Oh shoot! It is a 98% probability of a Bank of Japan hike, according to Polymarket. So that, and they're like usually never wrong. So maybe that's what I mean. Now I see Yahoo saying like it could trigger a 20 to 30% Bitcoin dip. Trading View says Bitcoin price to crash below 70K as Japan rate hike looms. Now this could all just be like clickbaity stuff, and
I mean it says sustained inflation. But like, okay, like the Bank of Japan hiking rates is not near as big of a deal as the US. Like
I agree. But I think it was, I'm not gonna be able to find the text, but I had a picture of, now granted, this was like a, I don't know what to call it, like comparison. Okay, so here it was, March of 2024, the last 3 times the Bank of Japan hiked rates. March of 2024, Bitcoin went down 23%. July of 2024, Bitcoin went down 27%. January of 2025, Bitcoin went down 32%. Now, I can't speak for March or July of 2024, but in January of 2025, I believe the reason that Bitcoin went down was not because of the Japan rate hikes. I think it was because of the fact that Trump got into office, tariff war, boom. So I can explain away the January 2024 one when it went down 32%, but I don't know about the others, if something significant happened at those times, or if the Bank of Japan really is that influential. And if you do have a rate hike, which it looks like we're going to, what you got? What you got?
Oh no, Jason Pena is right. I forgot about that yen carry trade. That's happened before. That had a big impact actually on.
Can you explain the yen carry trade, because I'm unfamiliar?
I'm trying to remember exactly like what it is, but basically people are like buying. They're buying the yen. What was it? Yeah, basically they were like buying the yen. There's some sort of arbitrage going on, and so when the interest rates on the borrowing, they were borrowing the yen. Basically, let me look it up. I'm trying to remember. But yeah, it had something to do with like the borrowing of the yen, and maybe Jason can throw it up there. But let's see, yen carry trade. But like, yeah, if the interest rates of the yen go up, then like it really messes with. Hold on. I just remember this like a couple years ago. How long ago was that? It was, 2 to 5 years ago. Let's see. So, okay, yeah. Financial strategy where traders borrow yen at low interest rates to invest in higher yielding assets, typically in foreign currencies. So they're borrowing the yen, right? And then they will they'll invest that yen into something in like another foreign currency that has like a higher like treasury or something like that, right? So for example, if they can borrow the yen at like 2% and then they're getting a treasury at 3%, right? That's a carry trade. But then all of a sudden, if they raise the interest rate, then that carry trade can unwind. And it might not be like a large spread. It might be a very small spread, but with a lot of dollars involved, right? Or a lot of money involved. And so like it can be pretty significant, right? Yeah.
For those that are just listening and are unable to read, Jason Pena says, when Japan raises rates, the cost of borrowing the yen increases, and the yen is expected to strengthen, aka appreciate against the dollar. This makes carry trade less profitable and costly to maintain. So, yeah. Appreciate the SparkNotes version of that. Yeah, that okay. Well, that's a horse of a different color then, but we shall see.
Yeah, I forgot about that. So it depends on like what how much is out there with the end carry trades. Like if there's significant amount of money doing that, then yeah, like that could cause um, some panic. And that happened
Hello,
before. Yeah.
hello, Omar. We love you. I don't know. I don't know what the prizes were on this. Did you follow any any of the AR VV competition?
No, man, dude, this month has been just brutal for me. So like I've been out of the loop, man. Oh, Steve. Happy holidays, Steve. It's been a hot minute, man. I hope you're doing well. Steve is awesome. Yeah.
I love Steve. He's so cool.
Yeah,
Yeah. So
he's good
the
dude.
AR thing was a. I mean, it looks cool. Like
I knew
it
there
was
was a
all,
competition. Yeah.
and then everyone looked at their all of the art that came out of it, and that seemed to be really cool. Um, I I'm not really good at that type of thing, so I didn't even try. But I think Omar had a uh, he completed that. I don't know if he got a prize for it because there's multiple people that completed it, but not everyone got a prize for it. So I thought that was cool as well, not just like
Mm.
a participation thing. Maybe they got some cool stuff. Moving on from that, you had a Todd McFarlane Batman, mint number 85, sell for 74 million OMI, which at the time was $14,000, a little bit less now, but there is a there's been multiple like the sub 100s. I I think I fudged up a little bit here. I had purchased a number 69 Eddie Riso Batman for like 9 million OMI. I saw it on there, sniped it, and it was like as a but then I was like, man, I was trying to raise money just to get a little bit of DEVVE. And I was like, okay, well, I'm not selling any of the existing OMI that I bought, but it was a nice flip. I think I sold it for like 15 million OMI, which now that I think about it, now that people are freaking raising like five figures for their sub 100s of the first, Batman's, I was like, okay, maybe, and it's number 69. It wasn't a norm, so I think I sold that a little too early, and I think I fudged up.
I mean, he still made a profit, right? And I think that this is something that humans, we have a problem with this, right? We get greedy and we're just like, oh, I could have made so much more. Instead of being like, it's like we're never content with what we have. You know what I mean? That it's so like, dude, you just got free money because of timing. And yes, maybe you could have made more. We don't know for sure, but probably more than likely. But that's a win, bro. That's a
Yeah,
win.
that's true. I do like that quality of humans because I think that pushes the species forward. Like I I feel like any type of major accomplishment that humans like as a race they accomplish, cool, celebration. This is awesome. All right, what's next? Like humans could cure cancer, and it'd be like the celebration of midnight. Yeah, midnight, 12:01. Back to
Woo!
video
What
game.
about heart disease? Like yeah, yeah.
Yeah. Um, like I feel like the woke people would find a way to like make it racist. They'd be like, oh yeah, because cancer only affects this race, but yeah.
For real, bro. For real.
If we are in this, kind of bear market here, if it doesn't like, how low do we go? I guess it's for anything. Hi there, Harry's asking specifically for OMI. I don't know. I think that as a lot of other companies would probably fail because people thought that bull market would kind of be here by now, and it's not, and we might not get it for a while. I think there'll be some consolidation going on. I don't. OMI's pretty low now. Like, and could it get cut in half again? Sure. I don't think we'll ever see OMI at like a single digit, or a single like $9 million market cap or $5 million market cap. If it does go down, I just don't think it ever goes that low. I could be wrong, but that's my take. What about you? What's your hard stop on OMI? Like, I don't think it goes below this price.
I mean, like for me, I don't really think about that. Like if it goes lower, I buy more because I think that, and it's a cost benefit analysis. But like the lower it goes, I mean, first of all, the more OMI that burns anytime a transaction happens on Stacker now, which is exciting. So I mean, as long as VeVe is doing well, man, like I kind of am not too worried about the price of OMI. Like it sucks. Like my first purchase of OMI was like 008 or something like that, like, and I put a hefty amount in at that point. And I just dollar cost average down. So I'll continue dollar cost average. So, I mean, yeah, I'm not personally watching. I don't know. I have like a decent bag of XRP, and like one of my things. And like, this guy recently put in a much bigger amount than I did. So he's coming to me every time, and he's like, "Oh, did you read the latest news on this?" And I was like, "Are we rich?" And he's like, "No." I'm like, "Are we bankrupt?" He's like, "No." And I was like, "Then I don't care, man." It's one or the other, right? Like it's either gonna work out or it's not. Like with OMI, it's the same thing for me. Like I don't have enough time in my day to just like fret about like what it's going to go to. Like long-term vision is, do I think OMI's going to succeed? For now, yes. That might change in the future, but like I still think that VeVe is doing the best they can. They're still like outperforming all of their competitors, which is why I still have my Futter's tears, right? And like I talk about that, like it's just like because everyone said that VeVe and OMI were going to be dead years ago, and it's still not. And until it's actually dead, I don't care what price it gets down to. It's still alive. It's still alive, and so that's where I'm at. Yeah.
Same. Speaking of companies that did not survive, a couple of weeks ago, you had Dr. Batcow say, "I'm still waiting on my $7,000 withdrawal from Candy Digital, backed by DC Official and Jim Lee. Where's my money, Jim?" And then on December 9th, saying, "I don't think Candy Digital is accepting or processing withdrawals anymore at all." That does go in line with apparently every single employee got fired. I don't think anyone's working there anymore. What does this mean for? Do you have anything on there?
I got a ton of stuff on the root network or wherever it's migrating to. You know what? I forgot. Sanjay tagged me, you, and Rain actually in a post. They were having an AMA on Sunday. I wonder if they recorded it, but basically it's like this community driven event where they're trying to figure out what to do with all of this stuff, all of the root network stuff, including the backhouse things. Go ahead.
Sorry. So I was otherwise occupied this weekend. I could not. I didn't even get the tag. I would love to listen to that because there's a guy that I had on named Derek Snook that he just sees the big difference between like Otani physical cards and the one-of-one officially licensed, like digitals, and he just sniped a bunch of them because he thinks that even though the underlying business goes under, that doesn't mean that the IP and the other stuff like won't get swept up. Eventually, at some point, a lot of people are hoping that VeVe purchase Candy, and I don't think they would. I think they would just work out something with the IPs, especially now that they're going on collect chain. But yeah, I would love to listen to that because I'm very curious about it. And a friend of mine has that like 6 figures of stuff worth there. So
yeah, I have a decent amount of stuff on there. Not 6 figures, but probably mid-5. Like I mean, I had a ton of stuff. I had a ton of stuff on there. But like, jeez. Yeah, I don't know, man. Like it's just either digital collecting is gonna pan out or it's not. Like that's kind of been my thesis, which is great because then I go to sleep at night. Like I haven't invested anything I can't afford to lose. It doesn't make me happy if I lose it, and like Dr. Batcow, like that sucked, man. That sucks. If Candy is going through bankruptcy, like he'll eventually, he should still get his money. You'd have to read the terms and conditions. What I mean by that is he might be considered a creditor, and like the creditors only get paid back if there's money left over. But I just don't feel like he would be considered. It's going to depend on the terms and conditions there. But yeah, gold coin emails for what?
Actually, I don't know because I think people redeemed their gold coins or their logo, unless we saw something else. Yeah, I don't know what other things he would be talking about. Oh.
I got mine signed by David.
Oh, nice.
Right. Let's see. Hold on. I don't think the people have like. Have you shown yours like on?
I haven't. I have them upstairs. I'm trying to sell one of them.
This. These are so sexy, man. Like, oh my gosh, they are. Like, and even just like the packaging is super awesome. Okay, let's see. Oh, it's so sharp. Yeah.
Yes, Bazbete, we were both there, and it was great.
So there's the coin there. And then on the back, you got the mint number 219 of 500 on this one. Right. And yeah, like it's these are so freaking sexy.
Yeah. I love them.
I don't know, like did David ever make a public announcement about what he said about these coins?
I don't believe so.
Okay.
So yeah.
I'll keep it
that
quiet.
being said, we I was looking to sell one of mine if anyone wants to. I was originally going to do like a whole package with like an unopened VeVe Fig pin, and then I was going to put I originally put my gold logo, one of the gold logo coins up for like the one that's on VeVe, up for like a massive amount, but like if you buy it, it'll come with the physical, and then nobody bought it, so I was like, okay, just heck that, I'll lower the price, and I got it. So I got one. Anyway, I brought up SpaceX before, and I probably should have. That would have been a nice segue. Elon was in a interview recently where he was asked what he is watching right now, and with one of his sons, he is watching Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, and David had the video like saved, and he like posted it, and is Elon in VeVe? Probably not, but it's just fun that like anytime David does that, it's fun with this SpaceX hat. His little, David's so cute, man. I love him.
Yeah, David is awesome.
Yeah. Oh, what's up? What's up? Oh, you're okay. I don't know why it's showing Buzzy.
Okay, I know Sagittarius. Okay. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, I definitely. I was like Bossy Petty. I was like, I don't know that name.
Yeah. Colette's asking about the secret blue metallic David U. It'll be out of reach as soon as 78 big VeVe supporters decides to hold and lock away this grail. Agreed. I'm very curious to see how this happens though, because we have more than 100 level 100s now. So you think that some of these would be locked up for a long time, but some of the level 100s that I know they don't collect anymore. So what they have, yeah, they're not selling or anything, but I don't think they're actively collecting a lot of stuff, or at least not all of them. But yeah, some of these are very scarce, and you might see. But everyone has their sell price as well. Did you ever watch Avatar: The Last Airbender like 20 years ago?
I've watched the movie. There's a movie. I think I watched some of the cartoon. I mean, it's pretty freaking good, actually. Like,
yeah, the cartoon's great. The movie is straight up trash. M. Night Shyamalan has done many great things, but Avatar: Last Airbender was not one of them. That was we don't talk about that. Anyway,
you know what? I think I did. I think I watched the whole show. I think I watched the whole. Maybe with my daughter. I think she got into it.
It's so good.
It's good. And who's the dude who's like the son who's trying to like?
Well, Prince Zuko is the banished prince. Yeah, voiced by Dante Bosco.
Yeah. Anyways, like it's a good show, man. I like that. So
they came out with their new season, like, because they did a live action version a couple years ago and of season 1 of book 1, and they came out with the season 2 trailer of book 2, and the entire trailer is narrated by the girl that plays Toph, and because it's book 2, so he gets a earthbending teacher and looks great. reason I bring it up is because we have Paramount, and obviously they have that deal with Nickelodeon, Paramount Skydance, and I would love to see some Avatar stuff on there. You have an entire, assuming that, let's say they don't get WB and they don't get CNN and they don't get, Game of Thrones, Harry Potter, and all the new stuff that they're probably going to get. But let's assume they don't. And they have all these Nickelodeon licenses from like Angry Beavers, etc. How do you go and play this out if you have this almost unlimited library of IP, and you have to kind of take care and be careful of what to release next? Do you go in and make it like YouTube videos where you say like, all right, I know these two are going to be bangers, and in the middle, and the next two I do after are going to be bangers, but I want to put in one that's not going to be as good in the middle of it, so the algorithm picks it up. How do you go and do it? Do you ignore some of the smaller IPs, or do you say like, okay, here's a Paramount license, and we do two good ones, then we do a shitty one, and then we do two more good ones? Or do you just...
Are you talking about for like to get more like views on YouTube, or like what? I don't understand.
No, I was comparing it to, so on the YouTube algorithm, if you do like two like normal videos that you would normally do together, whether it's like, then the third one, usually the algorithm usually pushes it the third one.
Oh,
so
interesting.
So you can kind of manipulate the algorithm where I'm going to try this new title, this new whatever, and it can get generally a little bit more views than it would if you just put it out like randomly and sporadically, where it might get like 30 views.
So yeah, like if they have that IP, like how would they release it? I think that's what you got to do, right? I think you would definitely lead with a banger, get some attention, and probably follow it up with like another banger to keep people there. But then you got to kind of stick in some other things too, like because you do banger after banger after banger, all of a sudden people are just like, yeah, like another banger. Like you got to kind of lower expectations again, so that you can like blow them out of the water with something, But definitely I would lead off with something big to get people excited and to capture more attention. 100%.
Oh yeah, I love that. There is, I guess, a new Steven Spielberg movie. I did not know that. Bezos Man, I'm not 100% sure. I know Crypto Junkie Princess knows his girlfriend. She hasn't said anything to me on, like concerned for him or anything. Like I guess he's just chilling. So I think he's okay. I think he's just taking a little bit of a break for right now. So we have been doing a massive amount of burns. That's been fantastic. We'll definitely do more than November. We'll probably do 50+ million. Millie posted the other day, it was on December 10th. It said there was a day there was no drop, no big news, but still he did a 4-hour space, which was great. If there's any other, like they had a whatnot stream that might still be going on. They started at 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time today. It seems like VeVe's kind of got every little thing checked off. There's always someone doing spaces, always someone doing videos. There's a whatnot live thing that's going on. What's the next frontier for like kind of community marketing that you would suggest the community start to do, or have VeVe start to do? Because again, it's not the community doing the whatnot lives, it's them. What other things could they do to bring more users on?
I mean, right now, like it's not the time. Like when prices are depressed and stuff, like I mean, every once in a while drop in like a semi big drop or something like that, just to keep the current community here and excited. Because that's one thing that's really cool about being an OG, right? Is we got some of these really amazing IPs like at drop, before a lot of people were there. And so yeah, like they continue to do that just to keep the community here engaged. But like for marketing, I mean, they partnered with that big YouTube guy, right? And like I think that YouTube guy did a great job. It'd be interesting to see like how many users he was able to onboard. But like I've talked about this a lot, but like the biggest draw is price action. And so I think that what if / when the bull market kind of turns on again, and like I mean, we move to collect chain, and you can say like, hey, these are interoperable. Like I mean, you can self custody them, like those type of things. Maybe we get some more big crypto whales in, but what they need to do is they need to price these things right. Like what was that trooper drop that just happened? That black trooper.
Yeah, it
Like
was $10 per drop. So I feel like that's part of the reason why it did well.
yeah, but how many did it actually sell? Did it sell out?
No, that wouldn't have sold out. I'll check it right now. I think they did 50 something thousand. So they sold 55,285 of them. So they made $52,850. But there's still almost 9,000 of them left. There's like 8,800 left that they hadn't sold, which is, yeah, it doesn't look great, but I'll take the $52,000 paycheck so that they grossed.
So and I've talked about this before, right? But like I think the $10 price point's awesome. The edition size is absurd.
Yeah,
If you want more users coming in, so listen, if they want to just try to maximize their money, but like that is a very short term like thought process, right? Like if you're trying to keep people engaged or invested, at some point people need to be able to make money. Now they're doing that with these special editions. I've definitely seen some things sell for pretty high numbers with special editions, but like I don't know, like to me that's the best marketing you could do. Do a really exclusive drop at a cheap price point with low editions. You would get so many people because then everyone would get super pumped. And the people who landed it would either keep it or they'd be able to sell it for a decent amount of money. And that would bring more people in. Yeah. So I don't know. I turn off the heat. It's too hot here.
So there's I made it like a whole subject of a live video the other day where I took a look at the most recent drop outside of Star Wars because that did I think pretty well. Coca-Cola, and this is not the first Coca-Cola drop we have. Sold 1,280 editions, 15. So they made just under 20 grand with that, and it was similar to like what Disney Pinnacle would do, where they had five editions. They had 500 mints each, so it wasn't like crazy high. And if you got all of them, you could do a craft, and there was 150 secret rares. So there was some incentive to get those, but there was no chase. Usually for Disney Pinnacle, there is a little bit of a chase. Coca-Cola has 3.2 million followers on Instagram. DeCoby, which I had never heard of them before. VeVe, I do want to get a few of them because they look cute. Just like two or three of them. They have 18,000 followers over on Instagram, and they made $30-something thousand. So the two things that I'll
my understanding though is if you got like the special edition or something like that, you're going to get a physical. Is that not correct? I heard that there was, the guy came up on Spaces. I saw something like that. Maybe it was a special edition. I heard that he was also gonna potentially be giving away some physicals.
Okay, so then that might have helped push. Yeah, I think O'Malley did a whole space with the guy that might have pushed it over, or gotten the whales to go in and try it. And so again, you have these designer con artists. This is not the first time this has happened, where you have these designer con artists that nobody's ever heard of, and they have less than like 30K followers, and it's because they do these vigils. Or for this one, there was 2 special editions that were one of 60s, and then there was a secret rare, one of 250. So there was like multiple chases that you could get. And again, now that we know about the digital item, number 49 from special edition got the physical. Okay, so that was
wow. So like you had to get number 49 of the special edition. That's crazy.
So again, like these, you have these brands that nobody's ever heard of that are outselling these like the last time it happened was with one of those South Korean artists, and it outsold Lamborghini. Like Lamborghini made maybe like 19,000 or whatever, and that made like 30 something thousand. And it's like, bro, this is bananas. So the lesson to take from that is these big brands either are not understanding the game, and they're not understanding like what the people are wanting. And obviously Lamborghini, they're not going to give away a car, but they could give away like they could make a physical car of maybe like 500 of them, and they could give away one of those.
Yeah.
And that would help. I don't think it's going to cost them that much to do. But on the other end of it, you have the people that are going for these Design-a-con artist stuff because, yeah, like they do well. Some of them, you know, there are quick flips. You can make the quick flips with the special editions, or maybe like certain mint numbers. But what I think a lot of people aren't taking a look at is the potential, not even potential ROI, it's the growth and fans of it. Where let's say digital collectibles take off in the next, you know, within the next year, let's say like 6 months, you have only so many fans that they can convert from daCobi's Instagram to VeVe Digital. But you have a nearly unlimited amount of fans from Coca-Cola that will go in and collect Coca-Cola stuff. So if I had the choice, and again, I'm probably going to collect a couple of those daCobi things because they look cool. Coca-Cola caps, like that's not really my thing. But anyone that's watched Pokemon, James from Pokemon from Team Rocket, he collects bottle caps. That's first. He represents a bunch of people that do that, and there's a bunch of people from Coca-Cola that will just buy Coca-Cola anything. And I think the bigger ROIs are going to be with the stuff that's not doing well right now, but definitely has the potential because of the conversion rate that can happen in the future. So that's just my opinion, though.
I mean, like we have a historical precedence for that, right? Like we have Todd, who sat there in the store for 5 or 6 months. You know what I mean? Like while Risa was pumping like mad, you know, and Todd just was in the store. But then as things caught on, people were like, oh my gosh, this is the first Batman on the blockchain. You know, Todd really, really pumped there, man. And a lot of people love Batman. And so like it did so much better than the first Joker on the blockchain. Geez, the first Harley Quinn on the blockchain, right? Like because Batman was the bigger IP than those guys, and so I think it follows then that some of the Coke things, right? If the Mavericks come in, are going to do really, really well and significantly outperform, you know, your independent artists because they have the following, you know.
Okay. Something that I have taken a look at. So I'm doing this show. Now I'm doing this show every 2 weeks, every other Thursday with my ex, with the one that left me for like ChatGPT, and she's better now. She's good. But we go deep down the rabbit hole on a lot of AIs and a lot of the updates, just because again, you can get lost in the sauce there. There's a lot of hallucinations that happen. And it's the pattern that I've noticed with not even just like the big three, you know, with Grok, ChatGPT, and Gemini, and Facebook's Meta's trying to do its thing but every other AI company like in the world, they're trying to be not even the best. They're trying to be like the fifth best, you know, whatever, as a whatever alternative. And what I don't see anybody doing is making a smaller AI that just specializes in one thing. They're all worried about trying to be a jack of all trades and knowing all the sonnets from Shakespeare and college football trivia and, you know, Marvel stuff. Like, but nobody's trying to, like, if you have an AI that's, let's say, I have like my X-rays over here. If you have an AI that's specialized in reading X-rays and it has the ability to read 1,000 different shades of gray and white and whatever, and you don't need it to know Marvel. You don't need it to know about Shakespeare or about paper towel brands. You only need it to know about X-rays. So I think, that being said, David had mentioned years ago that his VeVe-verse will have some AI-focused stuff. And I don't think the AI that they're going to have in the VeVe-verse is going to be like multidisciplined in so many things. It might
Yeah.
just only be with their IPs. If I don't know how often you spend in metaverses or have in the past, whether it's like in Axion AI, whether it's whatever metaverse, what is one of the things you'd like to see implemented with the AI in the VeVeverse?
Well, I mean, like I would like them to feed the actual stories of these characters, right? So that basically you can interact with, say, the Wolverine, and he knows the whole history of everything, right? All of the official canon of, for Wolverine and things. So you could just learn so much about him. Man, like that would be amazing, right? You're like, oh, I'm like talking to Wolverine here, and he's telling me about his life story and his whole thing with Jean Grey or Lady Deathstrike. Like, I mean, just like I just love it, man. I like that. That to me would be amazing because I feel like it'd be cool to just like have all of that at your fingertips there for all of these different characters. Because yes, I know a lot about Wolverine, right? But like I don't know a lot about Banshee. Like there's some of these other characters, and like so, like what's their back? Truly, I mean, I know from the cartoons, but like, is there more to that character when they're in some of these comic book series? Right? Is they're part of different superhero groups, like. So, man, if you could have that in the VeVeverse and interact with them, man, like I'd probably spend a lot of time just learning about it. Like that would be awesome with AI, and it's something that could absolutely happen.
Yeah, I would love to see that too. I would also love to see them doing a. There's these guys called the Vlog Brothers. Do you know who they are?
No.
One of the guys wrote The Fault in Our Stars. That's like every teenage girl. Yeah.
Listen, I saw that movie. That's a tearjerker, man. That's a tearjerker.
I don't like tearjerkers.
Yeah, it's tough to watch for sure.
Yeah. So they're both very well read. They're very well educated, and they have this thing. I don't even know what it's called, but they have like these crash courses for, oh, you are having anatomy and physiology. Here's what we think you should study for this like final, depending on the university you go to. And they have this for a whole bunch of stuff. I don't know if they still do, but they did. Bukele from El Salvador has entrusted Elon Musk's Grok to help educate like 1 million students in the country where they're implementing Grok in the education system. And I think that's really well. That's something that I talked about after my last Lucy trip in September. But what do you think about the idea of VeVe having like a school where you can like go to like a Professor X classroom and he teaches you about like the X-Men, or like, hey, here we're learning about Jean Grey. Here we're learning about this one. Like, is that something that you would go to? Like, yeah, I'll go to a 30-minute lecture on this character. Or is that like too cheesy?
I don't know if I could do that, man.
This is why we talk before I bring up stupid ideas to David.
Yeah, like I mean, like who's giving the class? Who's teaching the class? Like
Professor
this
X.
lecture. I mean, I think it would be another way to basically do what I'd said, right? But like in a different format or structure. So that I would probably try it out once and see, like, because you'd have this professor, Professor X, he's sitting there talking about Jean Grey. You could ask the questions and he's telling you, and all of these other students get to hear, and they might ask other questions that you hadn't thought of. So like potentially that could be pretty cool. Yeah.
So we have sliders.
I'd at least go to one and see it out, see what it felt like.
Nice. Okay, good to know. Slider saying, imagine talking to Deadpool. I don't know if you remember, but like a year and a half ago, they had just gotten Darth Vader on Fortnite, and he had AI, and they left the AI on, and they allowed the AI to learn like through people chatting on game. And they had to take it down after like a day because the people that were talking to AI Vader taught it some very, very not good stuff. And eventually Vader would kill anyone that called him daddy. It made a tier list for races, like which which race that he thought was the best or worst.
Oh my God.
They got him to say the N-word.
Man, that's wild.
So that was great time. Anyway, let's continue on here. There's a buddy of mine that worked for FEMA, and one of the directors at FEMA, at least down in Florida, he had this thing called the Waffle House grid, where if he were to go to an area and the Waffle House was still open, they were kind of okay for now. Like they didn't need that much aid. But if the Waffle House was closed, they're like, okay, we need to send aid into this area right now. I just got your chat here. Let me. Okay, one second. I need to. Okay, cool. So last thing before you get a little break in the convo, a guy named Lucas Demos has said, "I just watched an attractive white girl pick up an order for Uber Eats. Short everything now. Is this a legit way to be able to look at the economy and say like, okay, here's the metric. When you start seeing attractive people work for Uber Eats, that's when you know we're in a depression."
Hey man, maybe like that. Randy, I just love the things that you. I have no idea, man. I mean, like the thing is you can always have these like one-offs, like these things are just kind of like severe outliers. We don't know that lady's story or something. Now, if you saw like a freaking flood of hot people like living Uber Eats, you're like something's off, right? Like the world's not right, yeah.
Okay.
I got nothing, man. I think that I need more data to make like an informed opinion, on that. But
okay. You go get a drink of water, and I will continue this.
I'm just gonna get a drink. I'm gonna be right back, and I'm gonna take off this hoodie too, because like it's hot.
Take it. Oh.
So I'll be right back. Anyway.
Well, Dr. Stuff is doing that. I was sent a meme that says, "Imagine marrying Mystique, and then imagine all of the possibilities." And the last one is Jar Jar Binks. I thought that was hysterical. Anyway, I went over small. I went over this. SEC has officially approved DTCC request to tokenize stocks and bonds on the blockchain, meaning that trillions will flow into crypto at some point. Do I think it's anything right now? Probably not, but I think at some point we'll have that. Something that I don't know if this would be considered like altering. So, for example, the post office, you're not allowed to really like alter the uniform because it's like government property, government like whatever. You're not allowed to alter it. I would think that with VeVe, you probably wouldn't be allowed to alter the collectibles in any meaningful way. But like what is meaningful? Like where do you draw that line? It's like that. It's like that line of all the animals lined up in a row. It's like it's okay to eat these animals, but not these. Like where do you draw the line? And someone's like like right there. Question for can we get googly eyes? Like 10,000 of them, because apparently there was a teenager that stuck googly eyes on an $80,000 sculpture and now faces criminal charges because they can't be removed without damage. So can we get googly eyes and then put them on our VeVe collectibles, or would that be considered a little too much alteration? You decide. Standard Chartered partnered with Coinbase to expand their services to include crypto trading, lending, custody, and staking. Jack Mahler just said live on Bitcoin that Bitcoin is going to a $200 trillion market cap. He said that on Friday. Let's move forward a little bit here because we have a lot of things that have happened. Vanguard says Bitcoin is still a speculative digital toy. This is why I don't think anyone's going to respect them. We got a comment over here. It's glitch in the matrix. Jar Jar, no. What are they doing with Jar Jar? Are they going to stick his tongue in the beam from the pod racer? It was like, little my tongue, little my tongue, little fuck. Crypto market legislation. Yep. Okay. Senators pushing the finalize the crypto market structure bill before the end of 2025. However, that was pushed to January. Tether, USDT Tether submits a proposal to acquire Juventus Football Club. Good for them. Good for them. People that buy football clubs, that's like knighting people in the world. Like if you buy a football club, you're officially knighted. Trump is signing a marijuana reclassification order as soon as this week. Why? Because for whatever reason, cannabis is still a Schedule I drug, which is insane. So I'm not my bay. So a picture of my bay. I'm not going to show you yet. UAE's largest fuel retainer, ADNOC, will begin accepting stablecoin payments across 980 stations in 3 countries. Tom Lee's Bitmine immersion also bought $46 million worth of Ethereum. That is awesome. Everything is awesome when you're part of a team. SEC publishes crypto asset custody basics for retail investors. You have Rising Star that met the guy, Mr. David, who runs Charlotte Comic-Con, and he says he'll have a table there next Comic-Con on April 19th. My daddy's coming home on July 14th. 14th or 13th. I forget. Comment down below if you remember that movie. It's a great movie. Official small. Go to liquor store. When I'm sorry. Apparently the Avengers Doomsday trailer is out. I have not seen that yet. But we have a Stranger Things trailer. See the second trailer for the next 4 episodes, which we're going to get on Christmas. So we have 9 days. 9 days. That's going to be a great one. I'm going to watch all of it. Oh my God, excuse me. That is a great. I'm going to watch it on there on Christmas. And then I was originally supposed to go to Arizona to see the big the final 2.5 hour episode in movie theaters, but because I have a bae now, we might not do that because she's not caught up. So I'm not going to take her to Arizona to see a ending of a series that she has not seen. But we will go somewhere. I don't know where, but maybe we can let you decide. You guys can decide where we go next. Maybe. Oh, Jason Peña's Con Air, July 14th. Love you, Jason Peña. You're the best. You're the best. Around and nothing gonna ever keep it down. So we got Avatar reposting a VeVe story, which I thought was great. Gotta love it. That's something I want to. Oh, Doc, there you are. Okay, there we go. Avatar has reposted VeVe official with their 1.1 million followers on Instagram. I thought that was very nice. Did it result in any new followers for us? Not yet, but I think maybe the seed might have been planted. Have you seen the? Sorry, go ahead. Yeah.
Have I seen what?
Oh, well, I was going to say, have you seen are you caught up on the Avatar movies? And then I was going to ask about Stranger Things, but what were you about to say?
No, I'm not caught up on the Avatar movies. Yeah, I think I've only seen the first Avatar. I mean, it was really cool. So I don't know why. I don't know why I haven't seen the other Avatars. I guess I thought that they were cool, but I was never like, I have to go see these other ones in like the theaters. And then I feel like I should do that soon. Like I should catch up on those. I think it's awesome that Avatar retweeted that. Where I was going with this is, I was listening to this podcast recently where they're kind of talking about like several of these OG crypto people were just like, I've spent 8 years in crypto or 9, around there. And just like, some of them were like, I'm just disillusioned. And what it is they were just like, I just thought that everything was going to be adopted a lot faster than it has been, which is, and then they kind of are saying, everyone thinks that AI is going to create all this stuff. And they're just like, it's just not going to be as fast as people think it is. But like, so has crypto been as widely adopted as I thought it was initially going to be, even 5 years ago? No, right? Like I thought that Web3 gaming by now would like be kind of taking off, and I think it's going to take a lot more time. Like there's just all of these touch points that have to happen. And so with Avatar retweeting VeVe, some of that people are looking at VeVe for the very first time and they're what the heck, NFTs, like digital collectibles, like they still don't know what the heck it is. You know what I mean? It's unfamiliar to them, and it's going to take a lot of touch points from a lot of different angles before it really, really starts to stick mainstream. And I don't know how far away that is, but like I love that they're doing this. I think this is what we need is more and more touch points like that. I wish more of the IP would do that and retweet out VeVe stuff and kind of just get it in front of their followers, because maybe someone like they love Avatar and they also love one of the independent artists, and all of a sudden they're just like, wait a sec, like okay, the independent artist has this too, or you know what I mean? Like that's when the dots start to get connected.
When it's everywhere. Hell yeah. I think the Web3 gaming, I don't know this, but I would think that GTA 6 is probably going to have some type of crypto aspect in it. Now, that was delayed until November 2026, but as long as it doesn't delay again, we could have that in 11 months. And I think that is like everyone's going to be playing GTA 6. We've been waiting for it for like over a decade, and I think that's one of the things that will really bring on a lot of people into that without even people knowing, or maybe they do know. I don't know. We shall see. Stranger Things. Are you a fan? Are you caught up?
I haven't seen the latest season. I want to actually rewatch everything because it's been a hot minute. You know what I mean? And I want everything to be fresh. Yeah. So yeah, like, but I love Stranger Things. What a great series, man. Oh, so good. It's so good. And listen, what's her name? The main actress girl, bro. Elle. She's stellar. I mean, but the actual actress, whoever that is.
Oh, Millie Bobby Brown.
Millie Bobby Brown or something like that, right? Like,
we love her.
Yeah. She's great. Like she's such a good actress too. She does phenomenal. And all the kids, like love it. I love the series. So I'm excited. It's just like I said, this month has been crazy. So I just haven't. I think it released in November. I just haven't had time to rewatch the previous series to get caught up so I can watch that one.
I think season 3 is probably my favorite. I rewatch a fair amount. I rewatched it with my old bay, and I'm probably going to rewatch it with my new bay. It came out in, I think,
when did your new bay happen?
Sorry, I feel like there's a bit of a delay there, but it had happened. Yeah, there you are. Okay, sorry, you were frozen. Delay. Oh yeah, there's a big delay.
I'm trying to figure out when your new bay happened.
Okay, so the new bay had happened. I guess it started a few weeks ago when I was like, okay, I was basically posting like thirst traps on like Instagram and taking applications for a new gal. So I was in Arizona, I'm in Vegas, I'm in other places in the world, and then going on a lot of these dates, and I was in a group chat with this girl for like 9 years. We had flirted back in the day, and we had done a lot of but we hadn't talked like that, like intimately in a long time. But I don't know what was the trigger, but she had said like basically, when's my turn? Like, when's my date? And I was like, oh, are you finally gonna come out? And she's like, yeah, sure. So flew her out, and it was this past weekend for my birthday, and we hit it off like really, really well, and then made it somewhat official on Monday. And that was that is the story of my new bay.
Hold on, I'm trying to I just found This is on Instagram that you're posting these thirst traps, or on where?
Yes, but on the Instagram stories, so they disappear after 24 hours.
Dang it! All right.
So the girl is she hasn't come on stream. We were gonna do a skit of her on stream, like on like a Saturday or Sunday, but we might do it, you know, this next week or wherever. We have to see when our next little meetup is. Anyway, what's up, O'Milly? Slide.
O'Milly, I just gotta give you a shout out, man. You were always just busting it out on spaces, and like, I mean, you're like, you and Randy, like, you're constantly there, and I appreciate that, man. Like, there's so much to say about consistency and how much people appreciate it, and you're out there just grinding every day, bro. I heart you, man. You're a rock star.
Love him. I know you had a hard stop at 9:30. Is it possible that we could have a hard stop before then? Because I want to talk to you for like 5 minutes.
Yeah, dude. You got to tell me more about this bay.
I do. Okay. Everyone, thank you for joining. This has been great. Everyone say bye-bye to Dashi. Bye-bye, Dashi. Let's go.
Bye-bye, Dashi.
To the moon. One day.